Hey, I'm Dr. Kate Walker. Welcome to the 3 Secrets of Successful Supervision Certification. I'm going to take the next 20 minutes of your time, but hopefully in exchange, you'll get some really good information about what it means to become a supervisor, what it means to take the 40-hour course to become a supervisor, and hopefully by the end, I will have alleviated some fears so you'll be able to make a really good decision about whether to take the course, which course to take, what kind of course to take. And if you stick with me all the way to the end, yes, I will have a bonus for you. So, spoiler alert, you can watch the whole presentation and get the bonus, or you can hit stop right now, fast forward, and just get right to the bonus. So you do you, and either way is totally okay with me. Now, I want to make it really clear that I get it. People choose to become a supervisor for all different reasons. Maybe your work has asked you to do this. Maybe this is something you have felt called to do. But I also know that each one of your whys comes with some trepidation, some fears. So a lot of people become a supervisor because they are ready to pay it forward. They want to make a bigger impact on their community, especially if you've listened to my teachings or you're a member of Texas Counselors Creating Badass Businesses. You know we are working super hard to fill the gaps and access to care in rural and frontier Texas. And one of the greatest ways to do that is to become a supervisor and get folks practicing out in that part of the state. Great reasons to be here, but you may also be worried about the extra liability of taking on supervisees. Maybe you are like, Kate, I got it. I got the liability piece of it. I feel good about that. But I'm on the edge of burning out because of my client load. And will supervision just add one more thing to my plate? Plus 40-hour training. That's going to take some time as well. Maybe you've heard that supervision can actually add a pretty decent stream of income. If you listen to the Texas Counselors Creating Badass Businesses podcast, we have a whole series on business plans for supervision. And yes, you can definitely do that, but then how do you actually get supervisees to sign on with you? So you come to the idea of becoming a supervisor with wonderful intentions, but you still have some worries. Doesn't supervision increase your liability? I don't know what to do or say in supervision. Won't this just give me more work to do? And then, of course, how do you get good, reliable supervisees? And these are all great questions. And so I'm going to teach how I always teach, and that is to start with the end in mind. And this is my favorite slide in this presentation, and I had so much fun putting it together. This is a wall of fame for my supervisees that I've had over the years, and they are wonderful people, and I enjoyed supervising all of them. I can honestly say that, and they taught me so much. There's nothing like raising up a brand new supervisee into your colleague, because that's what we're doing. We're just creating our colleagues here. And so I can tell you personally that it was absolutely worth it for me. And I'm going to share all of the things that I've learned along the way so you can make sure that you're making the best choice for you as well. So can supervision add extra income? Well, of course, but it can do so much more than that. So as you can see by the chart, it's a very unofficial chart, but yeah, weekly supervision is just part of what you can do as a clinical supervisor. Yes, you can do that, but you can also add associates to your existing practice. You can develop a supervision specialty, like focusing on mentoring people in private practice, or maybe you have a certification and it will draw new supervisees to you because of that certification. Becoming a supervisor means you are also now part of that 50% provider type that we licensees must have. So if you've ever felt like you want to provide continuing education courses, it puts you into a special category that is very desirable for licensees in the state of Texas. So your clinical supervision designation gives you a credential that allows you to do other things, not just supervision, that can add to your extra income. It gives you an expertise to foster a great relationship with your supervisees, and that's how you mitigate liability. Well, it's one of the ways you mitigate liability. And then, of course, you get the tools to manage the logistics of supervision. That's the paperwork and the scheduling and all that stuff. So it does not add to your overwhelm. So can you imagine what it would feel like if you had flexibility and time outside the therapy room, you were making a positive impact on your community, and you had extra income? That's what a supervision designation can give you. All right, so once again, I'm going to begin with the end in mind so you know exactly what you're getting. So we are going to start with, it's not that hard to become a supervisor. Then we'll go to course content matters, and then where's the support, and finally your next steps. So it's not that hard to become a supervisor. This may surprise you, but supervisor teachers like myself, we're not regulated by the state. Nobody makes a designation that we are approved by anything or anyone. And it's important to know that it is 40 hours, and 33 are going to be pretty much the same, whether you go to a face-to-face course or an online course. It's the same material because it's actually mandated by the state. And if you're an LPC or an LMFT in Texas, you can go to your rules and you can see exactly what content I or any other teacher of the 40-hour training has to teach. So how many hours I get to devote to each topic. The other way that we are all the same, whether we're face-to-face or online, is the course must be finished in 90 days. That's not business days, it's 90 calendar days. So if you think in terms of a semester course, right? So this 40-hour training, or any 40-hour training you take that is not through a doctoral program, has to kind of look and smell and seem like a doctoral program. So that means it has to be a semester in length. And so if you're face-to-face, if you're going to go drive to a course and take it face-to-face, it's easy, right? You have a start date when you show up to class and an end date when the class finishes. With hybrid courses, those are courses where there's a little bit of face-to-face and then there's a little bit of homework outside of that class. It's a little bit more difficult to tell exactly when your 90 days starts and when it ends. And with online, completely online 40-hour trainings, and as of this recording, I believe that we are the only one in Texas that is completely online. You have to, we as the course designers, have to designate a start date, and then we go to Google and we put in what's 90 days from this date. That's the date you must be finished. And we can't extend that for any reason. And so for Kate Walker Training, we designate your purchase date, or if you're a voucher holder, the date that you use that voucher, that is your course start date. We make it really clear and we give you reminders along the way so that you're aware of how much time you have left. But this is 33 hours of the 40-hour training and the 90 days. We all must be exactly the same. And that standardization is one of the things to look for when you're looking for a great course. Now, along the way in this presentation, I am going to be pointing out what some of our past graduates have loved about the 40-hour training with Kate Walker Training. I hope this helps you make an informed decision. So now you know what the state says we must teach and how long the course can last. I want to know what's important to you as you're going through this presentation. Think about what you've got going on in your life, your budget, your time, your goals for your career, your job that you have currently, whether you're private practice or you're working at an agency, and your responsibilities at home, whether you're taking care of yourself or kiddos or aging parents or all of the above. While supervision courses can appear generic, your journey is anything but generic. You've got to think about your needs. The supervisor course is one of the most important courses you will take in your career. You've got to take the responsibility seriously, and look at yourself as a future mentor and guide to the next generation of counselors. So you might have already guessed secret number 2, which is course content matters. If 33 hours in 90 days, if that's the same across the board, then you have to look at the specific course content that you're going to get from the 40-hour training that you choose. So you already know that supervisors teach brand new counselors. So what do you think you're going to need to have the best shot at success? I've put together a list here, and this is just kind of the bare minimum. The latest rules and codes of ethics to protect your license from their mistakes, resources and tools for all of their firsts. Remember, they're going to have all of their firsts with you. A contract and plan that clearly explain expectations, procedures, and consequences. Activities that help them learn more than just counseling skills. So think about their internal bias, their countertransference, all of those things that they get to learn about themselves with you. You need systems to manage logistics and paperwork, and of course support after the course and access to continuing education and an active, kind supervision community. So to contrast with that, I have made a short list of some problems you can run into in supervisor courses. Dated or insufficient information about state laws, federal laws, and licensing board rules. An instructor who may be a supervisor, because you must be a supervisor to teach the course in Texas, but they lack experience with the board, or they lack experience as a researcher. Maybe you take a course, but there's no usable contract at the conclusion, and there's zero information about creating a supervision plan and the OER framework that we use to protect your license. Maybe there are insufficient multicultural competencies, and if there's inadequate support after you complete the course, remember, you're going to be brand new as well. That can be a real problem. As you've heard me say a couple of times, the 40-hour training doesn't have to be hard, but it is 40 hours, literally 40 hours. So just imagine if your course was all workbooks that had never been updated, or all video plus quizzes, think about driver's ed, all lecture and death by PowerPoint, face-to-face for 40 hours, or even if it's only 20 hours, if you're taking a hybrid course, that's going to cost you time, money, food, gas, hotel, paid time off if you work for an agency, and of course, missed client time. If your course was taught by a supervisor that never taught before, and that's what you were having to sit through, there are supervision courses out there, and they're great and legitimate, but they are focused on particular areas, or sometimes I call them pet areas. So maybe focused on one particular theory, or they're focused on one particular way of doing supervision. It's not necessarily a bad thing, but if that's not what you're looking for, you want to make sure you read the fine print. So think about what you need. Your needs are what matter here. You're the consumer. You're the one who's paying for this course. Even if it's for your agency, you are getting this course with an obligation to supervise. So make sure there's more than just a multicultural module. You want to look for an anti-racist foundation. You want updated information. Texas rule books changed 3 times last year. That means 3 updates for the 40-hour training. You want to make sure there's training on the business of supervision and how to get supervisees if you're not going to work at an agency where those supervisees are provided for you. You're going to need information on the OER triad, which is our framework to protect your license. You want to make sure you leave any course you take with a working contract and a working plan so your supervisees understand from the very beginning what's going on. It's great if you get to take a course that has all of the paperwork you need and a planner to keep it all organized. Also, if you can take a course with ongoing support after the course and continuing education, because you're going to need that. Your continuing education requirements change once you become a supervisor. So it's great if that gets included in the purchase price for your course. So now you're starting to get the idea. Anybody can be a great supervisor, but now you're getting the idea that it takes a great course that will teach you to actually enjoy supervising and not jeopardize your license. All right, you made it to the third secret. What are your next steps? Well, with your supervisor designation, it's really up to you. I mean, why stop at just supervising? Once you get your S, you can do private practice mentoring. You can become a CE provider because you are now part of the Texas 50%. You can expand. You can grow a group practice or start a nonprofit. Or you can specialize. If you know a ton about school counseling or you have an EMDR certification, those are highly sought after supervisors. So here's the deal. BHEC has said publicly they want supervisors who enjoy supervising, who go the extra mile, who don't just do the bare minimum, the 33 hours that they tell us that we have to teach. So you need a course that teaches more than just the basics. So the way I see it, you've got two options. You could try to figure out what course to take on your own in order to become a supervisor and then figure out what to teach supervisees, how to create your own systems to protect your license, but you'll run the big risk of being in the same place this time next year, looking for resources to protect your license and help your supervisees. Or you could do option 2. You can 100% commit to supervising, protecting your needs, and landing excellent supervisees by following a proven roadmap. You know what I'm going to say, don't you? The Kate Walker Training 40-hour supervisor training is, as of this recording, the only completely online 40-hour LPC, LMFT, and now social work supervisor training in Texas. It's packed with proven content, systems, and resources that will help make a bigger impact on your community, diversify your income, and meet your needs. When you take the Kate Walker training, here's what you'll get. You're going to nail down the latest rules and laws that affect your license. You're going to write the perfect contract that sets you and your supervisees up for success. You're going to add anti-racist resources to your growing resource library. You're going to implement supervision interventions and theory in real time. You're going to create an orientation and plan with a framework that gets you and your supervisees pumped. You're going to have access to the Texas Supervisor Coalition community with people and resources that always have your back. You're going to create compliant and highly engaging content your supervisees will love. You're going to document with our signature templates and cut and paste paperwork. And this year we're adding 2 courses. These are additional courses to your 40-hour training. So once you complete the training, you're still going to have access to all of these resources. One is called Supervision Systems that protect your license and your sanity. And the second one is Clinical Supervision. How much am I supposed to charge? And in addition to that, we're giving everyone digital copies of my new book, The Clinical Supervision Survival Guide, and the companion, The Clinical Supervision Planner. The course itself is broken into modules, approximately 6 modules. The first module is the basics. Well, I'll talk to you about theories, interventions, HIPAA, relationships, technology, ACA, and ACEs. Module 2, you will craft your contract and your supervision plan with the OER triad that we teach you. Module 3, you're going to create an anti-racist supervision practice with the resources we provide. Module 4, you will analyze some ethics vignettes. Module 5, you're going to do a short demonstration. Now, this scares everybody, but I promise there is no Oscar-worthy performance here. We just need to see a video doing a mock supervision to maintain the integrity of the course so we can say, yes, we know we laid eyes on this person who took our 40-hour training. And then finally, Module 6, we talk about systems and specialties. So the program has everything you need, the complete 40 hours, all state mandated content, videos, PDF guides, templates, and it meets the 50% requirement for CEs. And I am an NBCC certified provider, so it's good for online NBCC credit as well. The course is good for 2 years for LPCs in Texas as of this recording. Plus, if you finish all of the assignments in 30 days and you decide you hate the course, I will absolutely give you your money back. Now, I won't be able to give you any documentation to use for your supervision credential, but I want you to know there is a money back guarantee. So if you're ready to get started, here comes the pitch. We have a basic course and a pro version of the course. Now, as I mentioned before, all of our courses meet the 40-hour requirement. And so if you look at 40 hours and what we generally charge per hour for our online courses, you're getting about a $1,200 value just with our very basic material. Now, we are not going to charge you that. That would be just insane. So you only pay $600, or if you want to make payments, you can absolutely do that too. 3 payments of $210. This is for the basic course. Now, the basic course still has all the stuff I talked about before. The only difference is that it's great for someone who's maybe coming from another state, so you already have all of the resources and materials you're going to need, or perhaps you work for an agency who has told you they're going to provide all of your support in continuing education. So you're like, Kate, I just need the basics. I'm going to talk about the pro version in a second, but for you to make your comparison, it's going to look like this. So the basic and the pro, you both get support during the course. You get access to the Kate Walker Training weekly Zoom study hall. You get access to the Kate Walker Training Study Hall Facebook group if you're a Facebooker, and you get links to schedule a call with your grader. That's included whether you do the basic version or the pro version. After the course, both versions of the course have access to the Texas Supervisor Coalition Facebook group. So if you're a Facebook user, that support after the course is super handy. And of course, you get the 2 courses and the 2 digital downloads for the Clinical Supervision Planner and my new book, The Clinical Supervision Survival Guide. The Texas Supervisor Coalition Facebook group is full of nurturing, kind, supportive experts in the field. We've got over 1,200 people in this group, and there is no snarkiness allowed. Everyone is there to support you to make sure you have a great time supervising. Now, if the basic is what you need, great, you are good to go. But if you are thinking, okay, Kate, I don't have that support of an agency, or no, this is my very first time becoming a supervisor, I'm not coming from another state, then the pro might be more what you need, and take a look at it. So here's the difference. You see, after the course with the pro, we're going to give you a lot more support because you don't have those resources coming in. So you'll have access not only to the Facebook group, but you're going to have 1 year of unlimited continuing education, 1 year directory listing in the Texas Supervisor Coalition directory, which has the highest SEO of any supervisor directory around. You'll have 1 year access to the live virtual monthly supervisor consultation group. And this is a group we meet 2 hours every month. We bring in experts to talk to us about all kinds of things going on with supervision, ethics, new rules, new techniques, new curriculum. It's a wonderful, supportive group. Plus, we do case consultation. Each group counts for 2 CEs for supervision and whatever topic we present on. Pro members get access for 1 year to updated templates. So while everyone will have paperwork Everyone will have paperwork through the Clinical Supervision Handbook. In my book, you get access to all the paperwork. You can download it, you can use it immediately. But in the pro version, we continue to update that paperwork for you. And then you get 1 year of weekly live virtual group coaching. It's every Tuesday at noon as of this recording, and we meet and talk about different topics, or you can just ask me questions about what you need to know, what you need in your supervision practice. So the pro has a lot more after the course, and so it adds to the price. So you can see that it's about $2,868, but we're not going to charge you that. The price is $834, or you can do 3 payments of $292. So side by side, you can see the price difference. And again, the basic is if you're coming in with resources. The pro is, hey, I'm brand new and I need all the resources I can get. And here's where the bonus comes in. You stuck with me this far. Here we go. So if you are able to purchase today, actually within the next 24 hours, you can save even more money. We've knocked the price down on the pro course so that you can save an additional $126. And while I'm talking, you can actually just grab that QR code and get to the deal if you're ready to purchase today. And if you're not ready to purchase, that is totally okay. Please shoot us an email at support@katewalkertraining.com, and we will answer your questions, and you can even schedule a call. So I hope you realize after hearing this presentation today, I'm all about helping you overcome fear. Fear of learning outdated material, fear of wasting your time spending money on travel, fear of taking a course taught by someone who doesn't do this for a living, fear of not finishing in 90 days, fear of finishing without a contract and a plan you can use right away, fear of you or your supervisee doing something that goes against federal or state regulations, fear of not having systems, supervisee activities, and resources to get you started, and fear of not having any support when you finish. So let's review the details. No matter which course you choose with Kate Walker Training, you are always going to get the state mandated material. The basic and the pro plan both include these things. The basic costs $600, and the pro plan has more support after you graduate. And your bonus for hanging in here for the entire presentation is you can save $126 on the pro plan if you're ready to purchase today. Even if you're not, go ahead and grab the link because it is time sensitive. So once you click on the link, you'll be able to see exactly how much time you have to grab the deal. But wait, there's more. I've always wanted to say that. By popular demand, we have added an elite plan. Now, the elite plan has everything the pro plan has, but you get it for life. Because you get so many resources for so long, the cost is $5,736, but of course we're not going to charge you that. You pay $1,999, which is a savings of $3,737. You can also make payments, and we do accept Affirm as a payment option. So when you decide to buy the course, you'll run into a page that looks just like this. You click the Buy Now button, and you'll be prompted to fill in some details. We ask for your email so that you can create a profile. As soon as you have your Kate Walker Training profile set up and you make your payment, everything that I told you about in this course for the course you bought will be in your Kate Walker Training profile. You showed up today even though I know you are incredibly busy. You feel committed because now you know there's a way to become a supervisor that won't add to your overwhelm. You're determined because now you know all courses aren't created equal, and you can make a great decision based on your needs. Hopefully you want more. You're intrigued that you could leverage the knowledge you already have and create a new creative career that provides an additional stream of income and makes a bigger impact on your community. Thanks for hanging out with me today. I'm Dr. Kate Walker, and this has been the 3 Secrets to Successful Supervision Certification. Grab the deal, click the QR code, make sure you at least open the tab because the clock's ticking on the deal. So if you're ready to purchase, grab it. If you're not, that's okay. Just send us an email at support@katewalkertraining.com and we will answer your questions. Have a great day.